Welcome to Making English Fun. In this video, we've put together our carnivore dinosaurs and our herbivore dinosaurs to make one big video on how to say over 50 dinosaur names. And if you want free resources, we have worksheets, games and activities on the website makingenglishfun.com. The link is in the description. Let's get started. Okay, let's start with Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus. This was a huge dinosaur with big long legs that helped it move its neck back so it could reach the leaves at the top of tall trees. Triceratops. Triceratops. This name means three-horned face because it had three long horns on its face, and these were mainly used for defense and attracting mates. Next, there are two ways to say this dinosaur: Diplodocus, Diplodocus, or Diplodocus, Diplodocus. And this is one of the longest dinosaurs ever found. It could be 30 meters long. Next, Stegosaurus, Stegosaurus. Now this dinosaur is famous for the big bony plates it had on its back. These could be used for display or for keeping it cool on a hot day. Next is Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus. Now this dinosaur is famous for looking like a walking tank. Its entire body was covered in armor scales called scutes. Iguanodon. Iguanodon. Now this dinosaur is famous for the two thumb spikes that it probably used for digging into fruits and nuts, but it might have used them for defense as well. Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus. Now this dinosaur is another big dinosaur, a sauropod, and we think it had such a long tail it could make a crack sound like a whip to scare away predators. Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Now this dinosaur is famous for a long crest, maybe a meter long, that it had on the top of its head that we think it could use to make sounds and make sounds travel further. Sauroposeidon. Sauroposeidon. This dinosaur is one of the tallest dinosaurs that we've ever discovered. Camarasaurus. Camarasaurus. This dinosaur had hollow bones. That means there wasn't much inside, and this made it lighter to help it walk. Argentinosaurus. Argentinosaurus. This dinosaur is one of the biggest dinosaurs we've ever found. We think it could weigh as much as 10 elephants. Corythosaurus. This dinosaur's name means helmet lizard, and that's because its head looked like it was wearing a helmet, so it was ready to go for a bike ride. Maiasaura. Maiasaura. This dinosaur's name means good mother lizard, and that's because when we found it, it looked like it was caring for its young in nests. Europlacephalus. Europlacephalus. This dinosaur, like Ankylosaurus, was covered in bony armor, and it had a club for a tail, making it nearly invincible. Shunosaurus. Now this dinosaur also had a club at the end of its tail, which it likely used to hit other dinosaurs if they were trying to eat it. Pachycephalosaurus. This one is a big one. Pachycephalosaurus. Now this name means thick head lizard because it had a dome-shaped bony head about 25 centimeters thick. Edmontosaurus. Edmontosaurus. Now this dinosaur is named after Edmonton in Canada because that's where its fossils were first found. Dryosaurus. Dryosaurus. Now this dinosaur had long legs so it could run fast. It wasn't a fighter, it was a runner. Amargasaurus. Amargasaurus. Now this dinosaur had big spikes running all the way down its back. These could have been used for display or defense. Kentrosaurus. Kentrosaurus. This dinosaur is a relative of Stegosaurus, but instead of plates on its back, it had big spines. Heterodontosaurus. Heterodontosaurus. Now this dinosaur means different tooth lizard, and that's because it had different teeth in its mouth for eating different types of food. Nigersaurus. Nigersaurus. Now this dinosaur had 500 teeth in its mouth, tiny little teeth that it could use like a lawnmower to eat plants. Saltosaurus was a small sauropod with little bony plates in its back that it could use to have protection from some predators. Lesothosaurus. Lesothosaurus. Now this dinosaur was small and quick, and it's named after the country Lesotho. Hypsilophodon. Hypsilophodon. This dinosaur was a small dinosaur, and it could probably run quite quickly. Plateosaurus. Plateosaurus. Now this is one of the earliest dinosaurs during the Triassic period, 200 million years ago. Lianissaura. Lianissaura. Now this dinosaur lived in what is now Australia, and then it was a very cold place, so this dinosaur had to adapt for polar winters. Scelidosaurus. Scelidosaurus. Now this is one of the earliest dinosaurs and one of the earliest armored dinosaurs, and it had little bony plates in its skin to try and help it stop being eaten. Therizinosaurus. Therizinosaurus. Now this dinosaur is famous for being in Jurassic World Dominion. It was the big bird-like herbivore dinosaur, but you know it because of the huge long claws it had on its hand. Lambeosaurus. Lambeosaurus. Now this dinosaur is famous for a big hollow crest that it might have used like a musical instrument. Now let's start with the most famous dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus rex. Its teeth were as long as a banana. Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus. This dinosaur had a big sail on its back, and we believe it hunted on land and in water. Allosaurus. Allosaurus. This dinosaur was one of the top predators of its time and hunted big dinosaurs like Diplodocus. Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus. Now this dinosaur was a very fast dinosaur, quite big, and it gets its name from having two little horns on its head. Its name means meat-eating bull. Giganotosaurus. Giganotosaurus. Now this dinosaur was one of the biggest meat-eating dinosaurs, maybe even bigger than T-Rex. Deinonychus. Deinonychus. Now this dinosaur was like a big velociraptor. It had sharp claws on its feet and could run very fast. Velociraptor. Velociraptor. These were small but very fast dinosaurs that probably lived together and hunted together so they could take down bigger dinosaurs. Baryonyx. Baryonyx. Now this dinosaur had a long mouth full of sharp teeth and claws, and we think it was a fish-eating dinosaur, and those claws would help it hold on to slippery fish. Megalosaurus. Megalosaurus. Now this dinosaur was one of the first ever dinosaurs that we found about 300 years ago. Ceratosaurus. Ceratosaurus. Now this dinosaur had a little horn, maybe this big, on its nose that maybe it used to attract a mate. Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus. Now this dinosaur is quite an old dinosaur, and it had two big crests on its head, maybe here. But unlike the movies, it didn't have a big crest on its neck, and it couldn't spit poison. Albertosaurus. Albertosaurus. Now this was another meat-eating dinosaur that was like a cousin of T-Rex, and it was smaller, but still a fierce predator. Utahraptor. Utahraptor. Now this is another dinosaur that was a cousin of the Velociraptor, and like Velociraptor, it had a big claw on its feet that it could use to grab hold of prey. But unlike the Velociraptor, this dinosaur was much bigger, between 5 and 7 meters long. Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus. Now this dinosaur's name means shark-toothed lizard, because just like a shark, it had serrations on its teeth, meaning it could cut much easier. Suchomimus. Suchomimus. Now this dinosaur had a long crocodile-like mouth that made it perfect for catching fish in rivers and lakes. Rajasaurus. Rajasaurus. This dinosaur lived in what is now India and had a long horn on its nose. Mapusaurus. Mapusaurus. This dinosaur, we think, hunted in groups, which made it much more dangerous for any other dinosaurs that it was hunting. Majungasaurus. Majungasaurus. Now this dinosaur, we think, maybe ate other Majungasaurus, which would make it a cannibal. Tovasaurus. Tovasaurus. This dinosaur's name means savage lizard, and it lived during the late Jurassic period. Herrerasaurus. Herrerasaurus. Now this dinosaur is one of the earliest carnivorous dinosaurs. It lived over 230 million years ago. Monolophosaurus. Monolophosaurus. This dinosaur's name means single crest lizard, and the crest was on its head. Proceratosaurus. Proceratosaurus. This dinosaur is an ancestor, a long ago cousin of T-Rex. It lived 160 million years ago. Cryolophosaurus. Cryolophosaurus. This dinosaur possibly had a large crest on its head, and sometimes is called the Elvis dinosaur. Eoraptor. Eoraptor. Now this dinosaur is one of the earliest known dinosaurs, herbivore or carnivore, and it lived 230 million years ago. Coelophysis. Coelophysis. Now I know this dinosaur's name doesn't sound like how we spell it, but it was one of the most common and successful dinosaurs of its time. Atrociraptor. Atrociraptor. This dinosaur is famous for being in the Jurassic World Dominion movie. There's a new one coming out called Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know if it's in there, but it's famous for the running through the streets chasing the hero scene. In real life, this dinosaur was much smaller. Pyroraptor. Pyroraptor. This dinosaur is also famous for being in the Jurassic World Dominion movie. It's the one that's on the ice when it suddenly jumps in and starts swimming. Don't know if it could do that. We don't know because all we found is very small fossils after a fire in France. And that's it. You've managed to get through 50 different carnivore and herbivore dinosaurs. How many did you manage to pronounce? Now I make mistakes, and the mistakes are at the end of this video, but if there's any in the video, you can leave a comment below. If there's any dinosaurs I missed out, you can also leave a comment below. If it was useful, please press like, and if you want to watch more videos, press subscribe. Now, free resources are what we're all about. And in the description below, we have makingenglishfun.com's dinosaur worksheets, games and activities. All of these are free and you can access them just by clicking below. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. So that's over 30 herbivorous, dome-shaped bony head. Dome-shaped bony head. This cut. This dinosaur's name means large crest lizard. No, it doesn't. It means single crest lizard. Start again. Its name means something bull. Now, in real terms, cut. Whew.